Hey guys, hey Autistic, hey Brenda, hey Dragon, hey Cool Gamer. Alright, so this case here that I'm gonna get into is pretty disturbing. That's why I got trigger warning up. It's horrible. It's disgusting. It's horrible. It's cruel. It's mean. It's all of the above. What this poor girl went through, Maria, because of her boyfriend, is just it. I kind of am lost for words. It's probably one of the most things I've ever heard that was so gruesome in my life. Yeah. Hey, Deb. Hey, Brenda Pause. So I'm just going to read you guys an article and then we're going to watch a video, okay? Um, I made the mistake of just looking at the case again, just to see, what was up or whatever, and just see if I missed anything. Well, then came the crime. They actually have the crime scene photos on Google. I'm like, oh my God, I don't want to see that. It was bad. Blood everywhere. What he did to her. Oh my God. Like, not only did he rip her insides out, she had things inside of her. I mean, and all he got was life in prison. He should be on death row. Okay, I'm just going to read this. It says Maria Nemeth's death.
Remove. Nikki. Remove. Nikki.
What the hell is that?
Mute.
Okay, that scared me. That was creepy. My computer just started saying, remove, Nikki, remove. I don't know. That was weird. Hey, Melanie. Okay, so Maria Nemeth's death, the unfortunate events that led to her demise. And there she is with her boyfriend. When police responded to Fidel Lopez's frantic and emotional 911 call in September 2015, they found him crying next to the lifeless and disemboweled body of Maria Nemeth. Detectives initially theorized that they'd stumbled on a failed abortion attempt. However, they quickly dismissed that idea after examining the house. Can you imagine? There's so much blood and you walk in there and that's what you think? Because nobody else would think anything horrendous, right? Wow. The walls were bashed in. Investigators found body tissue in the closet, the walls and floor smeared with blood. The sliding glass door was shattered. All signs pointed to a struggle. It became clear that the Sunrise apartment was a murder scene, and the prime suspect was Fidel Lopez. Fidel murdered Maria Nemeth after she called out her ex-husband's name during sex. That's all it took for what he's done to her. Lopez and Maria Nemeth started dating after she divorced her husband of 8 years. A week before the incident, the couple had moved into a new apartment at Colonnade Residence in Sunrise, Florida. On the night of the incident, the pair shared a couple of margaritas and headed to their apartment with a bottle of tequila. The apartment had no furniture, so they fashioned a table out of cardboard boxes. After drinking half of the bottle, Fidel flew into a violent rage. He punched holes in the walls, shattered the sliding doors, and ripped out the closet doors. He initially claimed that the couple made up and had sex inside the closet. Lopez said that Nemeth threw up and lost consciousness. In his first story, Lopez blamed the death on violent sex, but investigators weren't buying it. Following hours of prying, investigators got the true story. Lopez got mad with anger after Maria called her ex-husband's name twice during sex. He trashed the apartment before turning his attention to Nemeth. Oh my God. Trigger warning. He inserted both fists, a flat iron for hair, and a beer bottle inside Nemeth, ripping her intestines out. Oh my God. This is from Lopez's mouth. She called me the name of other fucking guy. And she said it twice. And she was wrong. And she was confusing me with him. At that point, I get mad. I get really, really mad. If I was sober, maybe I would have just left the apartment. But I was drunk. Lopez claimed to be haunted by the events of that fateful night. Fidel said he tried to waken Nemeth by pouring water on her face, but she was long gone. The panic set in as he smoked a cigarette outside. I was so fucking nervous, man, Lopez said. I wasn't thinking. Man, I wasn't thinking. Lopez was arrested and locked in the Broward, Maine jail as he awaited trial. His family visited him often, sending him money for snacks and a radio, and coordinated his defense with the public defender. Are you fucking kidding me? Fidel told his mom that he was concerned for Maria Nemeth's family. According to transcripts of a phone conversation with his mom, acquired by the South Florida Centennial, Lopez said, "Did you already talk to Maria's mom and with her family? They're all going to think that I'm an animal, that I'm a monster. I don't know how the mom must feel or anything." I, for one, yeah, you would say that you're a monster. You're a disgusting human being. You're a fucking monster, is what I would have said. Lopez told his sister that the murder haunted him, forcing him to use sleeping pills. I wasn't able to sleep last night. How am I going to sleep? If each time I close my eyes, you have that in mind. The only thing to hear about was her. Wow. Fidel's mother comforted him by calling the murder a moment of craziness, madness. These are attacks from the devil, she said. Oh, bullshit. The psychologists don't understand it. The doctors don't understand it. But whoever understands God knows what happened here. Yeah, okay. Lopez received life imprisonment without the possibility of parole. Disgusting. He pleaded guilty to Maria's murder to avoid the death penalty. He hoped to secure a 50-year sentence, but prosecutors rejected the deal. Wow. Mr. Lopez was very remorseful, and as evidenced by what he did today, he took full responsibility, accepts full responsibility, and decided to accept the plea, which is life. Lopez accepted a plea deal that sentenced him to life imprisonment without the possibility of parole. The agreement also barred him from appealing the sentence. Fidel apologized to Maria's family and thanked the judge for sparing his life, and says, "Today I am happy to fulfill this conviction. I know that what I did has to be paid, and I agree. I will pay for the life I took. To Maria's family, I ask forgiveness. I ask forgiveness. I hope they can find it, and I hope that one day they can forgive me." He continued. Fidel's mother added, "We'd like to apologize in the whole sense of the word. We are sorry. Everything that has happened to them has happened to us as well." Oh, fuck no. Nemeth's uncle, Juan Quevedo, read the family statement, saying that only God would determine his fate. Juan continued, "If I had to summarize the life of Maria, it would be very difficult to express in a few lines. I just want to tell you all that she was and will continue to be a model of affection, effort, perseverance, and love of humanity." Wow. This is one sad story. Hey, Joe Bang Joe. No, I could never be a cop too. Exactly, me too. I've never met the guy, and honestly, yeah, he's a monster. Totally agree. Oh, crap. Sorry, Brenda. I was just reading an article. I'm going to actually play a video, though. So this is from the Law and Crime channel, so I figured we'd watch this as well. And the 911 call is in this. So again, trigger warning. This case is horrible. Hey, Amanda.
The following program contains distressing themes. Viewer discretion is advised.
Jealousy, such strange enemy.
And without any constraints. No reasonably sane person would ever. You love them with all your heart. You trust them with the love you provide them with. A love that's often returned in mutual favor. A love that's unconditional and expressed through various acts of both mental and physical displays of affection. A love that evolves, escalates, and echoes through time without limits and without any constraints. No reasonably sane person would ever want to deliberately inflict pain on someone they truly love. But what happens when the person you think loves you the most does the most unthinkable thing? What happens when love rages violently at arm's length and true love becomes true horror? I'm Mr. Black, and this is one of the most brutal cases I've ever. You know how it works. I don't hold back on the details, and I come down hard upon the heads of those who steal life in cold blood. I am not unbiased. In most cases, my sympathy is reserved only for the victims and their families. Will not change. In Sunrise, Florida, received a call that would lead police officers to a crime scene so brutal and so depraved that it would no doubt leave a staining mark on the small city that sits about 30 miles north of Miami and just slightly west of Fort Lauderdale. Though hard to fully understand due to the hysterical tone of the caller, the following audio clip is the actual 911 call received on that early Sunday morning at 3:39 a.m.
911, what is your emergency?
Hello? I don't know when she went to the bathroom. When I went there, she was full blown and everything. Like, I don't know, man. She's not breathing. I mean,
Can you guys see the subtitles okay? Because I can't even understand him without them. And so for this video, they did put up subtitles, pretty much trying to guess what the hell he's trying to say, because it's all over the place. Like, he's freaking out. And plus he must be Hispanic because he's got a really strong accent. So it's very hard to understand him. It is, Brenda. Like, to hear the whole thing, it's, oh my God. I've never heard anything like this. How could you even, I don't even know how you would do that. Go through the vagina with both fists and take out intestines? How the fuck does one even do that? That's not somebody who loves somebody. That is a monster. I don't care what his mother said. I don't care what anybody on his side of the family said. What he did is monstrous. He is a monster. And no, the devil didn't make him do it, so they can fuck off with that. That pissed me off when his mother said that. Really pissed me off.
come on, stop. That's all you man. I don't know. I just smoke right here, man. I just smoke right here.
Let's look up the address on it so we can get her some mail.
Daddy, come on, man. Please don't fucking close your eyes, Daddy. Come on.
Okay. I need to look for something with the address on it so we can get her some mail. Sir, I need the address so I can get her some mail.
Listen, I'm right there. I don't know, it's just to be outside with the dominant camera. I don't care. She was here. She just right the apartment with me. She was here. She's a sister of mine in this thing.
Okay.
I know, man. She's not breathing, man. She's not breathing. She's gonna die. She's not breathing, man. Come on, man.
What apartment are you in? What apartment are you in? Sir, tell me, what apartment are you in?
Okay, come on, Bobby. Please send the phone right here. She's gonna die, man. Come on, she's gonna die.
So I'm gonna send you some help, okay? Sir, stay with me. I'm gonna send you help, okay?
The frantic man on the phone is Fidel Lopez. He was about 24 years old at the time. He can clearly be heard telling the operator that his girlfriend is struggling to breathe and that she's going to die. It sounds like Fidel is saying his girlfriend was drinking and he doesn't know what happened. Apparently, after he went to smoke a cigarette, he found her in the bathroom unable to breathe. It's hard for the dispatcher to understand what he's saying as she tries to acquire the whereabouts of the emergency. The recording ends without Mr. Lopez providing the 911 operator with an address. I'm not sure if the call was traced or if there's more to the recording that hasn't been released, but eventually.
It's crazy. I mean, it's insane to even say that. So he goes out for a cigarette, comes back, and she's in the bathroom like that? Like, no fucking way. I don't know how any normal person would even think, or would even think of doing such a thing. Sick and I agree. It's dinner time. All right, well, have a great dinner, Dragon Mama. I think it's really important to note there's no proof she screamed another man's name. That, you know what? I agree with you. I really do. Because I think he's a monster. If a man is capable of this extreme violence, he's also capable of lying to make himself look justified. Yes, 100%. 100%. I'm with you on that one. Brenda says, I would disown him and go no contact if I was his mom, not making excuses for what he did. Me too. Yep. I know, he looks older, right? Yeah, he was 24 years old. I thought this was a much older man. This is baby still. Geez, I know, right? What he did is just unfathomable. Same here. Never. Goes for a smoke, it comes back, and she's like that. Bullshit. Especially, like, unless you guys want me to, I can show a couple of the crime scene photos, but there's blood everywhere. Everywhere. It's probably one of the most bloodiest crime scenes I've ever seen in photos.
Authorities were able to find the location of the caller. Shortly after, Sunrise Police and a rescue team arrived at 1630 Northwest 128th Terrace. When they entered the apartment, they found a very drunk Fidel Lopez calling out for help as he knelt next to the unmoving naked body of his girlfriend, Maria Nemeth. The crying man was trying to shake the unconscious woman awake to no avail. But an unconscious girlfriend was not the only thing in the residence that raised intense alarms and drew high red flags for the responding officers. For starters, Maria was lying in a large pool of blood. There were also significant quantities of blood at the bottom of the closet. Blood plastered the walls of the hallway too, and even the floor in the bathroom was covered in blood. As police looked closer, they found multiple pieces of what appeared to be bloody chunks of flesh inside the closet. It quickly became clear that something had gone very wrong that night within the walls of that apartment. But the true details would later reveal an act so barbaric that it resembled the horrific work of a cartel torture video. But there was no cartel, just two people that were supposed to be in love.
Lopez's mother says she was with her son and Maria hours before it happened, and they were happy and in love.
While thoroughly investigating the apartment, officers found several large holes in the walls. The closet door had been removed and was lying on the hallway floor. There was also a sliding glass door that had been smashed in pieces.
There is, okay, they actually showed you guys the, They showed you guys the crime scene photos. There is one that they didn't show, and that's the one in the bathroom, and that is, it's bad. And if it did, I would check myself into a psych ward for attention. Yeah, exactly. Welcome back, Autistic. Yeah, she was gorgeous. It looks to me like he got drunk off tequila and went ape shit. Broke everything in the house, including her. That's what it looks like to me.
And various other things around the apartment that clearly indicated a violent outburst had occurred. But Fidel Lopez couldn't explain anything that happened. Maria Nemeth was pronounced dead at 4:02 a.m. According to the medical examiner's report, she died from blood loss due to being eviscerated. The definition of eviscerated in this context is when you disembowel or remove the organs from someone's body. The cops had a lot of questions for Fidel Lopez, and he was quickly taken in for questioning. It was quite clear that they were treating him as a suspect and what they already believed was one of the most brutal murders in U.S. history. Maria Nemeth was 31 at the time of the incident.
There you go. They just even said it, that it was one of the worst in history. Wow.
And had been with Fidel Lopez for about a year. Fidel told police that he had met Maria at a nightclub while he was still living with the mother of his 2 young children. Maria had recently separated from her husband after 8 years of marriage, and according to Lopez, the two hit it off well. As the couple became exclusive and their relationship intensified, they decided to move in together. At the start, they lived with Fidel's family in Hollywood, Florida while they looked for a place of their own. They finally found an apartment in Sunrise where Maria was the leasing manager. The couple happily moved in. About a week later, Maria Nemeth was murdered in the most brutal and sadistic way imaginable. On Saturday, September 19th, 2015, Lopez finished his work as a mechanic at Florida 595 truck stop and went home to meet Maria for dinner. It's reported that she prepared chicken, rice, and beans before the couple left to go share the meal with Fidel's mother at her house in Miami. Fidel's mother testified during the trial that the couple seemed happily in love that night. Nothing at all appeared out of ordinary to Fidel's family. After leaving the Lopez family residence, Maria and Fidel stopped by Chili's restaurant near their apartment for margaritas. When they left the restaurant, the couple dropped into the ABC Fine Wine and Spirits store, where they purchased a bottle of 1800 Reposado tequila before finally heading back home for the night. They hadn't purchased furniture for their new apartment yet, so they used a couple of cardboard boxes as tables. They cut limes and did shots of tequila as they listened to music on a cell phone. Everything seemed to be going great, and the evening was, by Fidel's account, going just fine. Over half a bottle of tequila later, something turned in Fidel Lopez that caused...
I mean, like, I get it. There's a lot of people that are not good on, hard liquor. I understand that, but that doesn't give you a right to turn into a monster like that. Did I catch her live last night? She was so funny, but it was late for me, so it was late for you. And for some reason, she locked you to copyright much. Oh, okay. No, I didn't watch it. Right? You just never know someone. I mean, I've been single for years, and I'm like to keep it that way. The only thing that matters to me in this world is my son and my pets. You know what I mean? Like, that's the only people I need in my life. Physically.
him to fly into a rage. He openly admitted to shattering the sliding glass door, punching holes in the walls, and even ripping off the closet door. He remembered all that, but claimed he was too drunk to remember what caused him to explode. Nevertheless, he told investigators that he and Maria made up before proceeding to have rough sex in the closet. Later, he claims that the pair somehow ended up in the bathroom where Maria needed to throw up, and that's when he said he left Maria to go smoke a cigarette outside. But when he came back, he said she stopped breathing. Even though Fidel Lopez immediately volunteered to go in for questioning, detectives weren't buying his BS story. You're about to see several video clips from the interrogation of Fidel Lopez. Due to both his accent and the audio quality, I've taken the liberty to provide you with subtitles for a portion of the clips, but I'm hoping that you'll adjust to the sound and accent so that when the subtitles disappear, you'll be able to follow along with what's being said via sound and video alone. Early on, Lopez told the interviewer that Maria had asked him to do unusual stuff to her that night. The detective questioned him about what kind of stuff Maria asked him to do. Here's the first clip.
So explain what kind of stuff was she asking? What do you mean with the
I mean, first she started talking like something like, like I was uncomfortable with it, like, oh, one day I want you to put a bottle on my pussy, Sorry, I'm just talking right now with you guys.
Yeah. I want you to be open.
I respect her, and
absolutely, and
you're
not disrespecting her. You're just telling us what she told you, what she wanted you to do. It's not disrespectful.
I'm a man. I'm her man. So whatever she asks me, I'll do it. Okay. Whatever it is, I don't care what it is. Even if she want me to put my hand in her pussy.
I remember this interview. I watched it, and I mean, oh my God, the shit that he was saying. She asked him to put his fist in her, if you know what I mean. No. As a woman, you would know. You're not going to get no fist in there. Like, come on. Oh, Joe. Well, good. I'm glad. There is the interrogation. It's on YouTube, I believe, so we can watch that too, probably tomorrow. I mean, I think I was in there. I don't remember if I was watching or not. I think I stopped by and then I left. Bombshells. So I don't know what happened.
Yeah, I put it. Okay, I put it. So she was telling me that, and then I don't remember really if I did it with the bottle too, or if I no, because I was really.
What kind of bottle are you talking about?
It's a beer bottle.
A beer bottle. Okay. All right. So what ended up happening? I know she was asking you to do these things.
Yeah, she was asking me all those stuff, and you know, I was starting feeling like uncomfortable, like you know, because she never asked for that, and I know she was tipsy. But when we were doing stuff and all the things, she told me she wanted to throw up to get out of the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
So I get out of the bathroom, and you know, I was outside. So I believe I was smoking a cigarette. I don't remember if the door was already break or something. I really don't know. I know I break it because she's not strong enough to break it.
What door are we talking about?
The glass door. I just remember I see glass in the floor, man. I really don't remember when I break it or why I break it. You know, to be honest with you, I really don't remember.
Okay.
The only thing I remember clearly is that I went to the bathroom and she was like not breathing. She was like this. And then I just want to call 911.
And where was she?
She was like between the toilet and the shower thing. Like just honey, like, and I thought she was throwing in the shower. I mean, but you know she wasn't. I mean,
You thought she was throwing up?
I thought she was throwing up, but you know I don't hear any noise. So I knocked the door. She announced it, and I kept getting straight to that she wasn't breathing. You know, she was constant. She was talking to me.
Yeah.
This doesn't even make sense to me because he's saying that she was breathing very deeply, and then all of a sudden he's like, well, I know she wasn't breathing. I mean, and the fact that he can sit there and be so chill, what the hell? I don't know about true crime. It's always so much more horrible than scary movies. Yeah, me too. I'm with you. As long as they're caught, I mean, that gives me something. It makes me feel a little bit better, a tiny bit, you know. But the crime in itself, especially this one, is just wow.
You know, but you know, one moment I get so nervous and scared, and then I get the phone and call 911 because she was getting worse and worse.
Now, when you called 911, was she still breathing?
No, man, she wasn't.
She wasn't breathing.
She wasn't. I was trying to give her CPR, man. I remember I was kissing her and put some air in her stomach. Was like up and down, man. And then she wasn't breathing. I don't know when somebody is dead or not because I've never seen the body before.
Okay. You said when you first went into the bathroom and you saw her, she was breathing.
She was breathing. She was conscious. All right. She was like, and that's why I called 911.
And where was she in the bathroom again?
She was.
Look around. Gifts are everywhere.
She was in the toilet, between the toilet and the shower.
Okay. Is it a shower or a bathtub?
Yeah, a bath.
So it's not just
like a jacuzzi.
Okay, you know. So it's not just a stand-up shower.
No,
if you want to
no.
take a bath, you can take a bath in it.
Exactly. I'm sorry. I mean, I don't know how to say that.
No, that's okay.
Yeah,
it's
okay. Like a.
Was she in the tub?
No, I was trying to put her there, but I couldn't lift her up. Man, I was strong, and I don't want her to hit her head or hit something or something. You know?
Right, sure.
You know, and but the last thing I do is just put some cold water on her face. I open the shower.
Okay.
I put some cold water on her face to see if she reacts, and I start, hey, baby, you okay? Baby, you okay? I start screaming like a motherfucker, and nobody here. You know, I don't know. Neighbors might be here me scream.
Okay.
I was screaming for help.
Right. Is that what you were screaming? Is help?
Yeah, I was screaming for help, man.
Screaming anything else?
No, man. I was just, baby, why you do this to me, baby? Wake up, baby. Help. Right. You know, because I don't know the address.
Sure.
I call 911 and tell them, hey, reach my number or something. I don't know how do you guys work. I mean, like, I know you guys have the system, you know where the call come from, but you know.
So when you say that you dialed 911 the first time, and you're screaming during that time.
Okay, I was what?
Were you screaming? You called 911 the first time.
I called 911 the first time.
Yep.
Okay.
Did you actually speak to somebody?
I speak to somebody.
Okay.
I spoke to somebody, but she was asking me, where are you? I just, you know, I was so nervous that I just took the phone. Maybe I also wanted to throw the phone away and put it away and stop, baby, and scream at her because I was so nervous. I really don't have the patience to deal with the address that I don't know.
Yeah,
I know my girl's dying right there, man.
I'm not sure if that's like the whole 911 call that we heard at the beginning. I don't think so. But he did not throw the phone and didn't say nothing about how he was upset about the address or anything like that. I mean, lie after lie after lie. And then he just said before this that she was between the toilet and the tub and she was hanging there, and he showed you guys how he was hanging there, and now he's going back on that. You're still trying this double knitting reversible scarf and feeling, oh, I'm sorry. Exactly. Or even you would know this too, Brenda, country girl Brenda, especially with KJ. I'm not lying. You know damn well she's lying because she does it every fucking day of her life. Yeah, it's real. Exactly. This is one of the worst murderers I've ever heard about, ever.
You know what it is? You know, and when I was going to call for a second time, that I find the phone, I went outside and I see the police and everything.
Okay.
You know, but that's what happened, man.
What kind of sexual acts did you perform tonight? What did you guys do?
What I can tell you, I didn't came.
Okay.
That's one thing I can tell you for sure.
Oh my effing God. He's okay. The cop asked what kind of sexual acts did you perform, and the only thing this guy can say is I didn't came. Oh my fucking God.
Sure, I didn't came.
Okay.
You know, I was wrong. She was wrong. She was telling me for me to do stuff that I never done before with nobody, especially with her.
I want you to tell me what kind of things. Because you're saying she's asked you to do things. I want you to explain.
She wanted me to put my arm in her pussy, and stuff like that.
Okay, and what type of things did you do? I know she's asking you. What did you actually do?
Everything she told me to do, I do it.
Okay. Which is what? What did she ask you to do?
I put my arm in her pussy. I put my dick in her pussy. I believe I got the bottle. It was a small bottle. It was like a beer bottle or something like that. And she wanted me to put there too. You know, I just tried to.
This guy's pissing me the F off. Are you kidding me? So he's blaming the victim now on why she's not here with us anymore. He put his arm in her. You can't physically do that. Like, oh my fucking God.
Happy, whatever. I understand. But she was concerned. She was not. She wasn't like knocked out or something like that. I would never do that to my girl. Knock out. You know. That's not me, man. That's not me. But once when we were doing the thing with the arm, that was the last thing. She was telling me, I need to throw up. I don't feel good, or something like that.
Where did this take place?
Huh?
Where was this when that happened?
In the bathroom.
You were in the bathroom.
We start from the like. I think we start in the closet. I know we have sex. I know I put my arm in there. I know I put a bottle. But to be honest with you, details like that, I cannot tell you, man. I was drunk just like her. Okay. I was drunk just like her. But I know we went to the closet too. I don't remember when or where or how, but we went to the closet too. We were all around.
Like what was going on in the closet?
Same thing, sets, and I believe the bottle thing starts there or something like that.
What other kind of things did you put inside her vagina?
This is the bottle, my arm, my dick. You know, that's it. That thing. You know, that's it. She was crazy, man, and I was crazy too. When we walk for drunk, I mean, like, you know, I like sex. She likes sex.
Now, have you ever done anything like this before?
No, man.
Has she ever asked you
to be honest
like
with you? No. That's what I was kind of surprised today. You know, that's what I was kind of like a little surprised today because we had to get drunk together, but she never asked for that. But
the audacity of this prick to sit there and laugh. I mean, hey, Mama 3. Yeah, it's everybody's fault but mine. Exactly, Melanie. I mean, and his story's all fucked up. First, it started in the closet. Now he's saying it might have. I mean, clearly his story's never gonna get straight because he's a fucking liar. Oh my God.
She did it. I mean, I don't know, because she drank too much. Okay, the first time I see her like drunk like this. Yeah.
The interrogator asks Fidel about an argument he said he and Maria had when the pair got home on the evening in question. Fidel claims that Maria told him that one day she wants him to put a bottle inside of her. He stated that this made him feel a little low at the time because he thought he was unable to satisfy her himself. Lopez claims he knew Maria was drunk, but he stated that sometimes when people are drunk, they say the truth. From there, he tells detectives that a verbal confrontation ensued. He claims he calmed Maria down, and then they continued to listen to music as they did more shots of tequila. At some point, a glass became shattered. Fidel says he has no recollection of when this happened. The detectives decide to dig deeper into the details of the argument between Nemeth and Lopez.
So the argument was you were kind of upset she was talking about your manhood? You thought that maybe...
No, not really. I wasn't upset at all. I mean, I just feel a little like down, but not upset because, I know she was wrong and tipsy or whatever, and I was the same.
Yeah.
And, me and her, before when we were drinking, I was, not the violence with her, but, I have to, my violence, I have to hit it with something else, the wall, the car, or something,
okay.
I'm that kind of person. Not just with her, and I'm not drunk, sober. Even when I'm sober, the same person. Never hit her, never touched a woman.
You talked about the broken glass. Is there other things that you hit or broke tonight?
In my mind comes the computer, comes the laptop. I believe I see the laptop somewhere on the floor, like the laptop is the keyboard is plug and unplugging. Okay. I see it on the floor somewhere. I don't know if I throw it or just go to the floor.
What about doors or anything like that? There's some damage to the doors.
I don't remember.
The investigator inquires further about the damage found in the apartment. Fidel Lopez admits that all the damage they saw occurred that night and was caused by him. When asked why he caused all the damage to the apartment, he states that he doesn't know and he can't remember. He knows he was the cause of the damage, but he can't seem to figure out exactly what made him so angry. Then suddenly he mentions that maybe it was because Maria mentioned her ex-husband. However, he goes on to further state that he doesn't believe that this was the cause of his anger. When Lopez is asked exactly when he thinks Maria passed away, he states that Maria told him to get out of the bathroom because she wanted to throw up, but at that time, he believed she was okay. He then says when he returned to the bathroom, Maria was seriously struggling to breathe, and he thought she might have been having a heart attack. He says Maria had been in a similar state before, presumably under the influence of alcohol, but that time, he put her into bed until she calmed down. What a gent. One of the investigators asks why the water was running in the bathroom when officers arrived at the residence. Lopez claims he doesn't know, but maybe he turned it on. He also claims that he used the shower to splash some water on Maria's face because she wasn't responding. Now remember, the apartment had been badly damaged. There was blood everywhere. There were chunks of flesh all over the apartment. Maria wasn't breathing, and she was covered in blood. The water is running in the bathroom sink. Yet our knight in shining armor decided to attempt to resuscitate his incapacitated girlfriend with a little water from the shower. It's strange how Lopez can remember everything that he thinks makes him look like a hero, but he can't explain most of the horror that occurred within the walls of the apartment that his girlfriend just died in.
Did you try to put her into?
But she was like, I don't want to hit her, so I just put her next to the, right in the middle of the door. When you get into the bathroom, you just put her there,
Mm-hmm.
and and trying to give her a CPR. I don't even know how to give a CPR, but she wasn't breathing at all. She was with her eyes like open, but not moving. I mean, I was scared, man, and I was waiting for police or Reagan to go over there, man.
So he wanted to put her in the bathtub, but claims he was drunk and he didn't want to hurt her. He also claims that he attempted to give her CPR even though he doesn't know how to administer it. Fidel remembers an awful lot for someone who can barely remember a thing. But don't forget, he was scared.
How long ago?
I'm with this guy. I don't believe a word this guy's even saying. He was able to get his arm in there, but it had to be excruciating for her. Right? I mean, what the fuck? It takes building up to. Yeah, see, that I could believe Delgado, but what he did, oh my God. Exactly, Melanie.
The glass was broke. When did that happen?
If I tell you, man, I lie to you right now because I really don't know when I break the door. I don't know with what because I don't got cuts in my head.
Okay.
Normally when you break a glass, you cut at least a little bit in your hands.
Yeah.
I don't know if I did it with something or use something. I don't use her. That's for sure.
You don't let her?
I don't use her to break the glass, man.
Oh.
I never hit no woman. None in my life, man.
Again, Fidel recalls the damage that he caused that night, and he can confirm that he didn't use Maria to cause that damage, but he can't remember all the important details to help the officers paint a clear image of what happened to his dead girlfriend. But they have nothing to worry about because Fidel Lopez would never, and has never, hit a woman in his entire life. He goes on to claim Maria never hit him either, but only that she did. But she definitely, except for 3 times. But also never. Let's take a look at the clip.
During your argument or into when you were upset tonight, do you remember punching her,
No,
fighting
man.
with her, or anything
No.
like that?
No, man.
Okay. Have you ever punched her, hit her, or struck her
No.
in the past?
No.
Nothing physical?
Nothing. We just arguing. That's it.
Okay.
That's it.
What about, has she ever been physical towards you?
No.
Hit you, struck you, punch you?
Never.
Anything
She's
tonight?
not like that. She's not like
Nothing tonight?
that. Well, not tonight. One day she just hit me in my face 3 times. She said, "I'm gonna slap your face." I'm gonna do it, and she was wrong. Also, and she did it 3 times hard as fuck. But that's it.
When was that?
Oh, we were living Hollywood Bridge.
Okay.
Roosevelt Street.
What did you do when she slapped you?
Nothing. It's just stay. Okay. Tomorrow I'm gonna remind you of this.
Were you drunk too at that time?
No, I was sober. Also, I was sober. I was, she drank at the same at the same level I drink. So, but I can handle it because I got a big body, man, and she's small. She get drunk.
Oh yeah, you can handle it all right. That's why. I don't know. There's holes in your wall, broken door, your laptop's on or your computer's on the floor. Your girlfriend's passed. I mean, yeah, you can handle your alcohol, bud. Is he wearing the clothes he did? There's no way he's wearing the same clothes, Brenda. Hell no. No. He doesn't seem to be as drunk as he was claiming either because he's not slurring his words or anything.
Faster than me.
Right.
Way faster. But never. She never touched me, never touched her.
Yeah.
And I don't. I'm a man, man. I don't hit no women.
Okay.
One of the investigators asks Lopez if the damage in the apartment occurred before or after he and Maria had become intimate that night. Fidel confirms that everything happened before. He states that after the couple argued and Lopez wrecked the place, he and Maria made up and began to have make-up sex. He goes on to explain that he put a beer bottle inside of Maria at her request. Next, he claims Maria told him to insert his arm into her. Not his hand, his arm. He claims that he did whatever she asked him to do because he probably felt bad because of the argument and all the damage to the apartment he caused. And it's from there that the interrogation of Fidel Lopez really starts to darken as more horrific details about the night Maria Nemeth died begin to surface.
How did you put the beer bottle in?
Put it in.
I mean, but how?
Just,
Did you, the part that you drink out of, you put that in, or you put the bottom in? I mean, what did you put in?
I really don't remember, man. I mean, like, I just put the bottle. I know I
Do you
used the
remember?
bottle.
Do you remember taking the beer bottle out?
Yeah, man. Of course. I ain't gonna leave it there, man. I take him out.
Did you put the whole beer bottle in?
Yeah.
The whole bottle?
She was asking for it, man. I did it.
Okay. I did. All right. And then beer bottle. Then what's next?
I think I used my dick between the beer bottle. I didn't kill him at all because there was blood. Once I, with the beer bottle, it was blood, man. I mean, I hate blood.
So the beer bottle caused her to bleed?
I think so.
Did the beer bottle break?
No. Not that I know.
It didn't break at all?
Not that I know.
Do you remember, was there any sharp, if a piece of it broke, it's a glass bottle?
Yeah, it's a glass bottle.
I'm asking, is it?
Yeah, you're asking me.
So if it wasn't cracked, it shouldn't be sharp, right?
Shouldn't be what?
Shouldn't be sharp, like it will cut you. If it's not broken, it shouldn't be sharp.
It shouldn't be cold.
Right.
But remember, man, we're talking about a bottle that didn't speak.
Right. So as soon as you took the bottle out, she started bleeding.
Yeah, I think so. That was blood. I know it was blood.
And where was this at when this was happening?
That was in the closet, trying to move to the bathroom. Man. I really, it was crazy, man. Everything was crazy. Everything was like just together. The brake, the door, everything
was she standing up?
One moment, man.
Right.
I was drunk too, man.
Was she standing up? Was she up and like walking?
No, she was like a 4-point position.
Like on her hands and knees?
Yeah.
Like if you were gonna have sex with her doggy style from behind.
Exactly. I don't know if we did it from behind. I really don't remember. I think so too.
So, how did she get from the closet to the bathroom?
Walking.
Oh, so she did walk.
Yeah, she did walk. She was drunk, but she was okay.
But she was bleeding from the she started bleeding in the closet.
I don't know if she started bleeding in the closet. I know I see blood. I didn't realize, but when I see my hand, it was blood. And then in the bathroom, I know there's blood coming from her pussy.
Okay.
And I tell her, she said, it doesn't matter, it don't hurt, huh? Okay, baby, what do you want me to do? Put your arm on me. Like, baby, sure, huh? Yeah. But she was like, when I stopped putting the arm, and then like 5 minutes after that, she told me, I'm gonna get out of the bathroom, I need to throw up.
This guy is a fucking disgusting monster. So he says he put the beer bottle in, sees blood, tries to say that she told him to put his arm in there. Are you fucking kidding me? That's what I'm thinking too, Brenda. Oh my god, this pisses me off so much.
Okay. So when you were in the bathroom, in a closet, correct me if I'm wrong, is when you put the beer bottle there.
Yeah, in the closet, I think so. Yeah, in the closet.
And she was in what position?
She was in like a doggy style position.
And you were behind her?
Yeah, I was behind her.
Okay, and you put the beer bottle inside.
I put the beer bottle inside.
Now, was it a situation where you just put it in, or were you moving in and out?
Moving in and out.
Okay, and that's when she started bleeding.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I see blood in my hand. Once we went to the bathroom, I didn't realize it was blood. And she went to the bathroom, and I went there. I see my hand. It said blood.
Okay,
and I know that's the beer bottle. I know it has to be.
Okay. Did you put your arm or your fist inside of her in the closet as well?
No, I didn't. That I did in the bathroom.
Okay, when you got into the bathroom, what position was she in when you were?
Same position as the beer bottle.
She was on the floor.
On the floor.
On all fours.
Yeah, she was like a doggy style position.
And you were behind her.
I'm behind her. Same position.
And she asked you to put your.
She asked me to do it, and I told her, "Baby, are you sure? Am I gonna hurt?" She said, "No, I don't care." And I thought, you got blood. I said, okay, it's not hurting.
What I gather is that Fidel is claiming that at some point after he got done with the beer bottle, he put his arm inside Maria even though she was bleeding. He claims the bottle didn't break inside her. He also claims he doesn't remember what part of the bottle he inserted into Maria, yet when the detective asks him seconds later if he put the whole bottle inside her, he says yes, adding that Maria was asking for it. He remembers removing the beer bottle and thinks that's when Maria started bleeding, to which he then continued to penetrate her with his own anatomy. But due to all the blood, he couldn't finish. Because, he hates blood, and there was blood on his hand. According to Lopez, this all happened in the closet. Maria, he claims, then got up and walked to the bathroom herself. Fidel states that she was drunk, but still fine, which I find very odd since she was bleeding from her private parts, and Fidel later states that she wasn't on her period. It was then in the bathroom that Lopez claims Maria asked him to put his arm inside her. He said he asked her if she was sure and informed her that she was bleeding. He says Maria said it was.
Look around. Gifts are everywhere.
That it was fine because she wasn't in pain, so Fidel proceeded to do what he claimed she wanted him to do. But let me read you a small part of the arrest form that Detective Christopher B. Piper submitted based on his testimony of what he saw when he arrived on the scene at 5:09 a.m., roughly 1 hour after Maria Nemeth was pronounced dead. I observed the descendant lying on her back, naked on the bathroom floor inside the doorway. Her head was facing out into the hallway. There was blood observed on the bathroom floor, on the walls in the hallway, and on the doors. There was a large amount of blood observed on the floor inside the closet. There were also what appeared to be chunks of bloody tissue on the floor inside the closet. End of quote. Chunks of bloody tissue in the closet? What in under God did poor Maria Nemeth go through in that closet? This doesn't seem like the work of a beer bottle. This sounds like the work of an absolute rabid and sadistic animal. There's no way that Maria was damaged by an unbroken beer bottle so badly that chunks of flesh were literally ripped out of her. It also doesn't take a genius to assume that she couldn't possibly have walked to the bathroom and requested that Fidel stick his arm inside of her, while chunks of her were lying on the floor in the next room. And there's absolutely no way she didn't feel any pain. The mess that the cops discovered on the scene was reportedly so bad that they thought they'd stumbled upon a home abortion gone wrong. But Maria Nemeth was not pregnant. Detectives ask Fidel if he put anything else inside Maria. They then mention a couple of other items that they found lying on the floor of the apartment, and they inquire as to whether or not he used these items in the same manner as the beer bottle. He asks them to name these items, and one of the officers proceeds to list off the following: a flashlight, a coat hanger, and hair straighteners. Fidel Lopez comments saying he might have used some of the items on Maria, but he remembers for sure his arm and the beer bottle, but states again that she wasn't bleeding before he used his arm on her. But didn't he say he thought she started bleeding in the closet after he used the beer bottle? And didn't they end up in the bathroom after that where she asked him to put his arm inside her? Something's not adding up. He continues to tell police that he's being totally honest with them, but he just can't remember why Maria was injured to the point of brutal, sadistic death. At this point, he's sticking to his story that whatever he did to Maria, he did only because she asked him to. Again, it's odd how he's easily able to remember that, but not what killed his girlfriend. After detectives take a break, they return to the interrogation room and notice that Fidel Lopez has drawn an engine on notebook paper while alone in the room. Imagine you're being questioned after possibly drunkenly killing your girlfriend during sex 1 week after moving in with her. You got that image in your head? Okay, good, sorry. But would you be in any condition to doodle? Wouldn't you be an absolute emotional wreck? Of course you would, so would I. Any decent-minded person.
That's what I'm saying. Like, how is he just sitting there and not doing anything? And he's okay with it. He's actually giggling, and he keeps saying all this. What? Why? Exactly. Sounds like he's more than one. Yeah. I have no idea. Felony Melanie. Hey, Benita. Yeah, that's exactly it. It's not bathroom tissue. They're trained to do so, Joe. I mean, kudos to them, because I know I wouldn't. I'd want to rip his freaking head off. Exactly. Need no remorse. Looks like he could have a damn nap.
Person would be. But we have yet to see a single tear from Fidel Lopez. Not one. But after speaking to the medical examiner, detectives let Mr. Lopez know that it's time for him to come clean.
No, it's just nothing. I just
Doodling?
Huh?
Doodling?
What?
Doodling? Drawing?
Drawing?
What is that? Car? Hot rod?
Is it?
Okay.
What is that? I'm just curious.
I just like a caterpillar engine.
Caterpillar engine?
Okay. We got a little bit of a problem.
Okay.
Yes. All right. I just got off the phone with our crime scene, and the medical examiner is there. Okay, the doctor, and there's the injury to her severe injuries. Severe injuries.
Body.
Yes. Multiple injuries inside there. Tissue ripped out.
What is that?
Tissue inside. All the insides out on the floor.
What else? That's the cause of the death?
Yeah. We think. You know the amount of blood that's in there? Her insides were ripped out. What happened, man? What happened?
You know, this is not a case of just rough sex.
Yeah.
Okay. This is not a case of rough sex. There's blood everywhere.
No,
Everywhere.
Listen, just tell us.
I'm just doing whatever she was telling me to do.
She wasn't telling you to do that. Because that's, listen, Fidel, the amount of pain that she would have been in would have been unbearable. Okay? The amount the doctor just looked inside of her, the amount of pain that she would have had, she wouldn't have been able to withstand it.
I don't care, man. I don't.
And say
You intended to do it. No one's saying you wanted to.
I hear your remorse. Listen,
man.
I heard the remorse in your voice when you're trying to get help, and I understand that you care for her and this is someone you love.
I don't care.
But however, there's injuries inside of her that need to be explained.
She was telling me whatever what I was doing. She told me, do this, do it, man. She was telling me.
I understand, but listen, you as a human being, you as someone that loves this girl, would not be doing that to her, even if she was asking you.
Man.
I don't care. I don't care. That doesn't make a difference in this situation. Okay? There's serious injury to her.
This is the only kind of, I don't know, the only kind of remorse or anything, like, not even remorse, but the only thing that he can muster is some sort of fear or anything, because he knows he's caught. Oh, okay. Sorry, Brenda. You have a good night too. You spent $400 on food. Oh my God. It's crazy up there. I know. Like, you can't afford anything. No, she would never. Nobody in the right mind would ever ask for that. Yeah, I can't eat either. I just made earlier, I made dinner, we eat that, and I also made, I had a bunch of cranberries, so I used them with dark chocolate. I just made like a, what the hell do you call those things? Like chocolate cranberry bark, whatever it's called. It was good. Yeah, he knows he effed up big time.
There's things that were done in there, and I think you have a little bit of a conscience, and you were worried. You were worried because you even cleaned the blood off yourself. Okay. And hey, listen, look, you love this girl.
I love her, man.
So I know what happened in there is not something that you expected to happen. Okay, it just things went wrong. Things went bad. But it's important for you to be honest about it and tell us the truth.
Man,
because I know you're saying that you put your arm inside of her. I know you're saying that you put bottles inside of her and everything else. But there's more to it. There's more to this story. There's more to the story. And if you really love and care for this girl, and you have a heart, you'll tell us what happened so that we can have some closure for her. Because listen, there's more to the story than what you're telling us, and there's more that you remember. Okay, I know you're saying you don't, but you remember specific details here and here, but the part in the middle, you're blocking out because it hurts you. The fact that happened, it hurts you that occurred. It's got to be bothering you. I listen. What?
I love how the police officers always try and pretend to be their best friends so that they can get the truth out of these monsters, and they fall for it every time, every single time. Disgusting. Oh.
I just saw pictures, and I'm going to show you some pictures in a little bit, okay? And show you what I just saw. It's devastating. And to do the right thing for her, and the right thing for yourself, and the right thing for her family.
I'll do the right thing. Whatever I have to be done, I'll do it.
The right thing is to tell us what happened.
I'll tell you
Tell
everything.
us the truth of what happened.
I'll tell you the truth. I'll tell you everything what happened. Everything that I remember, that's what I told you.
But there's more that you remember.
No, I don't remember.
You're blocking it out, but there's more that you remember.
It's not that I'm blocking it out.
Let me ask you a question. Do you want to be looked at as an animal?
What?
Do you want to be looked at as a monster?
Of course
as someone who's careless?
Of course not.
Exactly, because I don't think you're that person.
I'm not that person.
Okay.
I have 2 kids and I have my job.
Okay, so listen. That's what we're saying. I don't think you're a monster either. I don't think you intended for any of this to happen.
Of course not.
Okay, but
at some point,
at some point
you got upset and you became enraged. And there's a point in that time when that happened. Something snapped. Something upset you.
No, nothing, man. Nothing.
Because the damage that you caused in that house was not in that condition prior to all this going on. All of a sudden now there's holes and everything is destroyed. She's got internal injuries that you're saying is just caused from a bottle, and that's not the truth.
Those injuries,
that's not the truth. There's more that was up inside of her. There's more that was done, and there's no way she could have dealt with that pain without either being unconscious or telling you to stop.
She was talking to me. She was like,
well,
normal,
maybe in your head you're thinking that, but well, I know she might have been talking at the beginning, but there's some point in time when she's not conscious because what was taken out of her is impossible for
when she was not conscious. When I get into the bathroom, she was not breathing. She was like this. That's the point that she was unconscious. But when we're doing the stuff, she was talking to me. She was telling me, do it, keep doing.
Fidel, this is not rough sex, man. I told you that. This is a lot more than rough sex.
No,
okay, so if you know, explain to us. Tell us.
I understand.
Tell us.
I did everything she told me to do. When I don't know.
What else did you put in the eyes of?
No way. What he did to this poor woman, I am sorry, that is not rough sex. That is fucking torture. He tortured her. I know, I couldn't either, Mom of 3. I just Googled this case and I am beyond horrified. I don't want to see it. Yeah, I'm not going to show the pictures. I won't, because they are really bad. I didn't expect to see what I did, but these pictures are online. Especially, this guy didn't show the bathroom one, thank God, because that's the worst one. I couldn't believe it. Yeah, I'm mad at that too. I mean, this whole thing just infuriates me. I believe he should have got the death penalty.
Your bottle in your fist. What else?
This and the bottle.
What else?
And then that thing that you said for the hair could be possible too.
The flat iron?
That's the thing for the hair.
What else?
Nothing else that I remember.
What did in the closet? At some point, stuff that's inside of her came out.
And stuff of
her stomach was
part of her body.
Part of her body tissue is out inside the closet, on the ground.
How can that be possible, man?
You tell me. It's only possible by what was going on in there. I find it hard to believe that she got up and walked to the bathroom after what happened to her inside the closet.
She walked to the bathroom.
I mean, I'm surprised she didn't bleed out in the closet.
She bleed.
Bleed out, like not be able to breathe and pass away in the closet from the amount of blood that she lost.
No, she was in the bathroom. She told me she wanted to throw up, and when I come back,
did you drag her to the bathroom?
No, she was normal. She was like.
What do you mean normal? Like she could have been normal because her insides are on the floor.
She was walking.
Okay.
Look, she was walking to the bathroom.
When you put your hand inside of your fist, were you? I'm not trying to be funny when I do this. I'm asking. Were you doing this?
Yeah.
Okay. When you pulled your hand out, did you have anything in your hand?
I don't know, blood, I guess.
Anything else? Do you feel anything in your hand?
No, but I remember, like,
Squishy? Anything?
Just blood. I mean, full blood. I mean, no, oh, come on, man.
I'm asking. No one's saying you intended for this to
No,
happen.
of course not.
Exactly. That's why we're trying to figure this out.
We have to explain to the doctor, and we have to explain to other people that are looking at this what happened. Okay, we have to explain how she got into this condition.
Part of her insides, from inside of her body, are on the floor in the closet.
We're not saying you're a killer. Okay?
No, I'm not.
Because you're not a murderer. You're not a killer. This is not
No.
you. Okay?
No,
But you have to be honest with what happened in there so that we can put the pieces together.
everything I've been telling you is everything I know.
But there's some things that you're leaving out. There's some things that you're leaving out because you're afraid. You're afraid that it's going to make you think that it's going to make you look bad. It's going to make other people look at you bad. But you know what's going to happen? If you're not honest and tell us what actually occurred in that house, and we're trying to put all this together, that shows that maybe, you know what, maybe he is a bad person. Maybe he is a cold-hearted killer. Maybe he doesn't love her. And I don't think that's you.
That's not me.
It's
man.
not you. I know you have care and concern for this girl. Right? Do you love this girl?
Of course, babe.
Okay. Would you do anything to hurt her?
Of course not.
Okay. But you did. Right?
And I'm not leaving anything out of this.
But you understand that you hurt her.
Right now, I understand. Everything you told me, you
But
told
you
me
knew,
right now.
but you know you did because you saw the blood.
Yes,
Blood is not normal. Blood from sex is not normal. That amount of blood is not normal. Okay.
The injuries that were caused to her, she didn't do them to herself.
Of course not.
And there was no one else in the apartment.
It was me.
It was you.
I know.
Okay.
I know that.
So explain to us how part of her insides, part of her inside of her body.
Listen, why did you wash your hands? Why did you wash
Because
your
I
hands?
went outside to smoke a cigarette.
Why? Yeah, but you cleaned up more than just the amount of blood that's in that apartment, all over the walls and on the floor. You had a lot more blood than just on your arm. You had a lot more blood than just on that right arm.
No, you didn't face me, man. I don't even have soap in my hand. It's just put water and wash the hand.
Oh my god, he just said to the cop, "You can taste me." All I had was soap on my arm. Wow.
Where else was blood on your body?
I don't know, just my hand. Maybe this one. But
Both
because
hands?
this one is the one I no. This one is the one I use.
Your right arm?
Yeah, this
Okay.
one.
But did you have blood on that arm? too?
Maybe if I touch myself for you,
What about your legs?
the legs on the floor.
Well, you had to have blood on your legs because there's blood all over the floor.
There's blood on the floor. That's what I have. That's what I have blood on my
But you
leg.
don't have really a lot of blood on your legs. Did you go into the shower and wash off?
No,
Because you said you put the shower on.
to put water on her face because she wasn't breathing. It's when I called the police, the 911.
What about a towel? Did you use a towel
No, I don't use no
to
towel,
dry
so-
off, to
Mhm.
wipe anything down?
I don't think so. I don't
No,
know.
it's important that you
I don't think so. I don't remember. I don't use nothing. Man. I don't use no towels or something like that.
after you called 911 the first time and the phone went down. You say you dropped the phone or you disconnected because they couldn't get the address, correct?
Yeah. Well,
What did you do from that point to when the police got there?
Try to wake him up. Try to give her CPR or something. She wasn't breathing. She wasn't breathing. Not breathing at all.
Did she ever ask for help?
No, her? No, she was a.
Did she ever tell you to stop or that she was in pain or
Never.
hurting?
Never. She was talking, you know, like, keep going. That's it. But she never told me, stop. I don't know. I don't even know how fucking shit from her body come out of there. Really don't know. I mean, like.
Well, listen. You see that, right?
Yeah.
All the way here. If you put your whole arm inside her, you were up inside her stomach. Correct? No, I mean, I'm just saying, think realistic.
Yeah,
if you're putting your whole arm inside her, where's your
no.
hand at that point? It's not in her vagina anymore, right?
I understand.
It's up inside her stomach.
Well, why she didn't tell me to stop or something?
You don't know.
And the stuff and the part of her body from her insides that's on the floor, it wouldn't just fall out of her. It would have to be pulled out of her.
I didn't pull anything. I like it.
When she had, where was it that she had trouble?
How the hell would he know if he pulled anything or not if he doesn't fucking remember? Yeah, that's what they were saying at the beginning, Melanie. This is the cops even said this is some cartel shit. It was so bad, that's what they thought it was. Yeah, he definitely cleaned up because he's wow.
Breathing.
In the bathroom.
So she was fine in the closet?
Yeah, she was fine. She was okay. Let me get. She was wrong, just like mine, just like me. But that's it. In the bathroom is when I get nervous that she wasn't breathing.
Was she coherent?
Huh?
Was she like awake during that time? I mean,
Yeah, she was.
You're saying drunk, but did she know what was going on?
Of course. She was the one that told me put the bottle on me.
I understand.
She was the one that told me use your hand. I mean, of course, I wouldn't do it if she wouldn't told me that.
Yeah, I know.
I
She
never
said to put your hand, but you put your arm.
Listen,
you know, when you put your arm in someone and go up inside their intestines, that's damaging. That's damaging. It's not sexual. It's torture.
Is it possible that she passed out while you had your arm inside of her?
No, she was awake. She was like having fun, like you know, like having fun. It's not like a scream of pain or something. Like just having fun. You know, like that's how come I say I don't. Oh.
Were you upset at her?
No, I was. Of course not.
You were upset at something. You were mad. You were angry.
Listen, like I explained to you.
I mean, you're feeling no pain because you're punching holes in walls and doors and everything else and breaking glass.
I don't remember when. I don't know about that. I know I did it.
Yeah.
But I don't know why, and I don't remember how with what I break the door. I know maybe the holes with my hand, but like I explained to you earlier, I have that temperature. She knows. We live in all the places, and she knows I do the same thing.
I understand.
You know?
I understand. But then at that point, I think maybe the rage when you guys are having sex continued. I think it continued because you shoved your fist up into her stomach, inside her guts.
You know why I think she was passed out when you had your fist inside of her? I'll explain to you why.
Why?
Because what came out of her insides, there's no way she could have been conscious and not been in horrible pain.
To me, it's from, of course, inside of her body. But why? When I pull my arm, and
you obviously pulled it out.
No, I don't grab anything. I mean, just pull my hand. That's it.
No, you put your arm up to here.
Yeah.
Okay, like you just said. Look how far that is.
I know.
Okay.
I know, but I don't grab anything and put it back. If it comes something out of there, I really don't know. I mean, oh man.
Whoa. His arm was in his girlfriend up to his elbow, and she was telling him to keep going? I don't buy that shit for a second. This monster was angry about something, and he was dishing out punishment. And that's fairly obvious. I'll even go as far as to say that I don't believe anything Fidel Lopez did.
Stream blockbusters, new original and hit shows. Paramount Plus, a mountain of entertainment.
Did to Maria Nemeth that night was consensual. Let me remind you again, she was found in the bathroom, while there were chunks of her left in the closet. You do the math. Reports state that multiple people heard a commotion inside the apartment, with next-door neighbors recalling hearing a man's voice yelling inside the residence with loud banging noises that lasted about 2 hours. Another man was walking through the parking.
That pisses me off even more. So you're telling me for 2 fucking hours the neighbors heard all this and they did fuck all? Are you kidding me? Like, they should have been held accountable for that. Charged with something. I'm sorry, but you don't sit there and listen to that. He broke a patio window. You know how hard that is and how like loud that would be? Plus the punching of the walls, and I would damn well believe that she was screaming like, and for 2 hours they listened to this and didn't do nothing? They needed to be held accountable too. That poor woman lost her life because of a crazy fucking monster psycho. Unfucking-believable.
Lot where he claims he heard a woman scream. The woman living in the apartment just below the crime scene stated that she heard loud noises like banging, but figured someone was probably just moving stuff. But she did say that after one heavy thud just above them, she actually thought her ceiling fan was going to come crashing down. And yet even another neighbor heard some kind of heated exchange that she thought would have woken up other residents. All of these reports were witnessed around 1 a.m., but no one called the cops other than Fidel Lopez. During the interrogation, investigators asked Fidel if she was pregnant. Fidel says no. They continue to ask if she was pregnant to someone else, but Lopez confirms that he does not believe Maria cheated on him. But clear.
You're trying to block out because right now you up. You're thinking back right now, thinking, "Wow, I can't believe I did something like that." But it wasn't you. You weren't in the right state of mind. You wouldn't intentionally hurt her, right?
Listen, there's nothing inside of me that I am not telling you. Everything that I know is everything that you know. Okay, you know, I'm not hitting nothing. I'm not. I prefer to pay 20 years on job, just for her family to be okay, and they don't think I'm a monster.
I don't think you're a monster.
No one thinks you're a monster.
But
you have to be honest and help us put the pieces together from point A to B. You're giving us here, and then there's a gap, and then you're giving us after. That time in between, from that closet to that bathroom, something happened from the closet to the bathroom that you're leaving out. Okay? You guys drank. You had an argument.
Yeah,
did the argument happen after? Possibly. You're saying it happened before. Did it happen after? Did it happen during?
No. When I break that stuff, it was right.
Why are you
right
breaking
before
stuff?
we make sense?
Okay. So you're breaking stuff. You're having an argument. What is the argument about?
I don't know. That's what I don't know. I wish I can.
I'm wondering if she was pregnant, because this would make sense what this monster did. Because he's probably one of those types that's so controlling and so overbearing that this girl couldn't do anything, and he was always accusing her of cheating because he was the one who was in fact cheating, and he was abusive. And I could just imagine her telling him, "Oh yeah, so I am pregnant," and him thinking it's someone else's, when in actuality it really isn't, and that's why he ripped her fucking insides out. Non-assistance is usually not a crime. I think it is in France, not UK or US though. It should be. An uncivil law explained you can only be held legally accountable for things you did in the it's not things you did not. Yeah, okay. I just don't like it. Yeah, exactly, Andrea.
I can remember and it's telling you. I can
tell you how that would. I know, but don't you understand how that would make more sense? That if you did something during sex that may have injured her, there's a reason. There'd have to be a reason. You're not just going to do it for no reason. No, you're not going to hurt her for no reason.
You're going to hurt her just because she's drunk?
No.
Just because you're drunk?
No.
You said you've had sex with her when you're drunk before.
Yeah.
Both of you have been drunk before.
But not like yesterday. Yesterday we were like really, really, really drunk.
I understand that. Okay, but you also said to us earlier that the kinkiest or the craziest thing you've done sexually was a 69.
69.
Okay, so that's why we're saying something else happened here. This isn't rough sex. I've said that before.
I understand that.
Do you agree with that?
I agree with that.
You do? Okay, so then explain to us what it was.
What it was to me, Rose says when I was drunk. And for her, the same thing. Because she don't scream with pain. She wasn't telling me to stop. How can I explain? I mean, I don't leave nothing behind. I can tell you whatever. I can tell you, yeah, we have an argument about her edge, and that's it. But I'm not going to tell you that because I really don't know, man.
You said that she never said stop. Was she unconscious? Did she pass out?
She was talking.
She was talking. But you could be, when you get drunk and you have no idea what's going on, and you
when she was unconscious is when I went to the bathroom, she couldn't breathe.
In the closet, did she pass out in the closet?
No, she was like normal, like normal.
She wasn't normal in the closet. She had her stomach ripped out of her in the closet.
I know you guys.
So that's not normal.
Right now, but
there's the amount of blood that's in the closet and what happened in the closet. There's no way that she was either saying no and stop because it hurt like hell, or she was unconscious. That's the only explanation we can have here.
She wasn't unconscious. She wasn't, and she wasn't telling me to stop.
But that's the thing. It's one of those two things.
No,
because she's going to let you rip her stomach out and not say anything. That doesn't make any sense. That makes absolutely no sense, Fidel. Does it to you?
It doesn't make sense.
So I'm not. So we're on the same page here.
I understand. We're on the same page.
Okay, because.
Fidel continues to tell officials that he doesn't remember anything else, but he admits to washing blood off his hand and arm before going outside to smoke. Blood and guts inside? Sure. Cigarette smoke? No. Smoke's bad. Better go outside. Wouldn't want to ruin the decor of the place. The interrogation is running in circles. One of the detectives asks Fidel if he would like to take a short smoke break. While doing so, he recommends Fidel write down everything he remembers from the evening in question and hopes that it might help jog his memory. But Fidel still maintains that he cannot remember. Then one of the detectives tells Lopez that he thinks he knows what happened. Fidel asks him what he thinks, and the officer tells him that he believes Fidel had trouble performing due to the amount of alcohol he consumed that night. The detective believes that this is what led to the argument. Lopez denies, but still says he can't remember. And that's when the cops turn up the heat.
To be honest, man, I really don't know what happened. Listen, I was so...
Fidel, come on. Don't listen. You remember here, and you remember here.
Yeah,
but you conveniently don't remember the most important part. You conveniently don't remember what happened in the closet, what happened in the bathroom, okay? Or what happened in between the two. She had her guts ripped out in the closet. And you're going to sit here and tell us, come on, you don't remember what the argument was about?
We're drinking, we get drunk. I don't even know. Not even when I open the holes, when I break the window. I don't even remember when I did that. I don't know what was the argument. I know something happened, but I really don't know, man. I mean, like,
Fidel, you ripped her insides out of her through her vagina.
I didn't mean to do that, man.
I understand that, but you did it. What pissed you off to the point where you did that? Was she fucking somebody else?
No,
Did she tell you she wanted to leave you? I mean, I don't know. I'm asking. I don't know. Did she tell you she was having sex with her ex-husband again?
No. I was drunk. She was drunk.
In your house before all this started going on, did you start talking about that? When you sat down at your little makeshift boxes, cutting up lines, having
No, the only thing we talk about was one of her aunts don't like her ex husband. That's the only thing we talk like, you know.
How did that conversation come about? You're having a nice night with your girl, having drinks,
Yeah,
and you start talking about her cousins and her ex-husband?
No, because we were just talking about her family or my family, things like that, and, you know.
So at some point in the night, Maria's ex-husband was clearly mentioned. Maria also told Fidel that she was considering moving back to Peru to live with her mother. Were these things the cause of Fidel's drunken rage? Detectives struggle to get a straight answer out of Fidel because, of course, he can't remember. So let me address something. There is an argument that can be made here about alcoholic blackouts. They are very real and very dangerous. There's a book by Dr. Donald F. Sweeney called The Alcoholic Blackout, Walking, Unconscious, and Lethal, where the author discusses what he believes happens when someone blacks out from alcohol. From what I remember while reading this book.
Hey, Patty. In civil law explained you can only be held legally accountable for things you did in the United States, not things you didn't do. Oh, I read that. Yeah, that makes sense. It just makes me so angry. I think he's a monster too. I'm wondering if I could, I'm just thinking, like the trial, I haven't seen it, so I was thinking maybe that was probably their defense, but he did plead guilty, so, but that would have been their defense, was a blackout. PCP. I just think, I don't know. I don't think that any drugs are in his system. It was just the alcohol.
Excessive alcohol consumption may temporarily impair the frontal lobe part of the brain, which is responsible for filtering impulses. Will you put that lampshade on your head and take off all your clothes in the bar? Will you murder someone because you don't like the shoes they're wearing? While I'm sure the science isn't as forward as that, my understanding is that these type of thoughts are at least partially filtered from action by this part of the brain. So when the frontal lobe isn't functioning as it should, dangerous judgment has high potential. I believe the author of the book also stated that during an alcoholic blackout, memories are often not created. Therefore, remembering events that occurred before really may not be possible. It's a good book and good for science, but I still feel as though it needs more professional scrutiny. There are several real-life case examples in the book of some extremely horrific crimes that were committed by people violent back committed during an alcoholic bout. And I'll be honest, they do seem eerily reminiscent of this case, initially. The book went so well that Dr. Sweeney began to receive hundreds of emails from people who had terribly frightening blackout experiences while under the influence of alcohol. From them, he compiled another book he called Cries from the Abyss. If you suffer from alcoholic blackouts, you should consider getting these books on Amazon Kindle. They're cheap and a very interesting read. I tried to reach out to Dr. Sweeney, but I'm sad to say that it appears he passed away in 2018. I'll include links to his 2 blackout books in the description down below. Rest in peace, Dr. Sweeney. While I'll never accept that mental illness or drugs of any kind should fully negate fault for intentionally causing harm to someone else, I do recognize that people can step outside themselves due to certain types of substance impairment. But ultimately, you decided to consume that substance that led you to do what you did. And once you gain control of yourself, you must accept responsibility for your actions no matter what they were at the time of your impairment. Personally, at this point, I don't feel as though Fidel Lopez was blacked out at all. I feel like he's choosing not to remember certain things because they make him look bad. He can remember all the good things he thinks he did that night, but none of the bad shit. And more importantly, I don't see any remorse. Not a single ounce. I don't know about you, but if I did something like this to my loved one while I was blacked out, I'd kill myself immediately. No questions asked.
When we do an investigation like this, we're talking to neighbors, we're knocking on. You live in an apartment complex, okay? Your neighbors are right there. The walls.
I totally agree with this guy. Of your cart. This was in Florida, Country Girl Brenda. Or you mean cat? Oh, of your cart, yeah, of your groceries? Oh my God. No, I don't know what the sentence is. He did plead. Oh, it's life imprisonment without parole, and he can't. Oh, what's it called when you try and say like he pled guilty? There's no absolutely no parole, and it's life imprisonment, and he can't go back on what he said.
Are thin. Okay, so they hear what sounds like construction going on in the apartment next door because you're breaking shit for hours, and they hear a male voice screaming for hours, but they don't hear any female voice.
Because I was fine. I was
for hours before 911 was called.
Before 911 was called.
Yes,
around 1 o'clock in the morning.
911 was called sometime around 3:30, somewhere around there.
Saying what?
I don't know what you were saying. I have no idea.
I remember when I screamed. It was when I know that she wasn't breathing. It's when I started screaming.
Okay, good.
Okay. That's where I screamed.
But you didn't call 911 right away.
Of course I did call 911. I called 911 when she wasn't breathing. I called 911 right away, desperate. You know,
2 hours prior to you call 911, you were yelling and screaming and breaking things in the house.
Breaking things that's
right.
true.
And you're yelling and screaming, but yet there's no female voice yelling and screaming. Do you understand what we're trying to say? Maria wasn't yelling and screaming because Maria couldn't scream because either A, she was passed out or she was dead already.
No, she wasn't dead, man. She was like this when I called 911.
So for 2 hours, roughly 2.5 hours, what were you doing besides breaking up your apartment? I think you were breaking up the apartment because you realized that for 2.5 hours she was dead. And you panicked. Panicked when you realized it. Started breaking shit, not knowing what to do.
You took it too far.
Took it too far. Okay? This is what I think. And then eventually you call 911. Something made you so angry that this happened. Okay? Ripping out your girlfriend's insides physically and then being on the floor in the closet is not rough sex. We've gotten past that part. Okay? What caused you to become so violent?
Alcohol.
And what?
And what? Not just the alcohol. You don't go from a penis to a beer bottle to your whole fist and up to your elbow. That just doesn't happen.
Without some type of reason.
Exactly. And that happened because you got so angry. Okay? And that's what we want you to explain to us. Paint the picture for us of what happened so you look like a human being that just snapped. Okay? Instead of some sadistic monster who said, you know what? Fuck this bitch. I'm just going to rip her guts out. I don't think you're that person. Either does he. But you have to explain to us so we can explain to other people. Listen, he didn't mean to. He really didn't. They got into an argument. They got into a fight. And you know, with the alcohol, one thing happened, you know. But you have to explain that to us.
Okay, the crime scene, they shake the. She had something with the tequila caused something to her too.
The tequila? Well,
Yeah.
it caused her to be intoxicated. Absolutely.
Intoxicated and something to because she wasn't breathing.
She wasn't breathing. I understand that. She wasn't breathing because she was bleeding. She let out.
Oh my God, now he's trying to blame the tequila. Oh, wow.
What was ripped out from her insides?
That's why she wasn't breathing.
It takes more of a man to admit when he's wrong than it takes a man to cry. Be that man. Be that person. Because that's who you are.
She was telling me she going to Peru. She need to go to Peru because she was missing her mother, and you know, and I'm not gonna be able to use the car to go to work, and you know, then just start screaming at me and all that. I get pissed. I start punching the shed. I really don't remember when I punched the shed. You just tell me. I know I get pissed because of that. Then after that, I don't know how we end up in the closet or whatever. I know we made peace, but when we were doing making love, she told me something that I really don't. It's just she changed my name. She called me the other fucking name of the other guy, and then she said it twice, and she was wrong. She was confusing me with him. I didn't want to kill her. I know I killed her. That's whatever I did with her was the reason. But she was asking me about the bottle, and she was asking me about the hand too. And maybe things go a little bit far because, once she's confusing me with the other one, and she told me to do stuff with her that I've never done before. I think that she might think that's the other stuff that she does with the other one before. Things go out of hands. I know, never meant to kill her.
Did at any point she tell you it hurts? Stop.
Never. That's one of the stuff that never.
But okay.
If she was telling me that I was screaming or something, somebody would hear it.
So
Trust me.
Was she passed out?
No, she wasn't passed out. She was calling me the other dude's name.
Where was that at? Was that
in the closet?
In the closet.
This is where we start, over there.
Okay. Explain to us. Tell us what happened.
Then we were talking, and she was telling me the other dude's name.
What name was she calling you?
Norbert.
Norbert? Is that her ex-husband?
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
So what did you do at that point?
At that point, I get mad. I get really, really mad. It makes me feel bad, very bad. I mean,
Make you feel like you were not adequate enough, like you couldn't satisfy her. I'm asking you.
No, I'm always satisfied. She was okay with me, but I don't know just what happened with her. She gets so drunk. I don't know why she was confusing me and telling me Robert and besides Fidel. I was drunk, very, very drunk.
I know you're frustrated. You're drunk. You're frustrated. You're
I
upset.
didn't mean
You're
to
angry.
kill her, man. I really don't mean to kill her.
We
man.
understand that.
She's my love, man.
We understand that. But she pissed you off because she called you another man's name. I can tell you right now. When I'm my wife and she calls out another man's name, I'm gonna get pissed off. Okay? It's human nature, dude. Don't.
This is not human, man. I just took her life. I don't mean to, but I did.
Because you got enraged.
No, because I was wrong. If I was sober, maybe I understand. Maybe I just left the apartment. I was wrong.
Fidel Lopez basically just admitted that he pulled out his girlfriend's insides through her private parts because she accidentally called him her ex-husband's name. It made him angry.
Can you imagine, because she said her ex-husband's name, if that's even true, and he rips out her insides? I mean, wow. Hey, Navajo Blondie.
Because he thought the stuff they were doing was stuff that Maria and her ex used to do. At some point, Fidel also admits that Maria didn't walk to the bathroom. She crawled. In my opinion, this is one of the worst cases of jealousy I've ever heard. Fidel continues to blame alcohol, states that if he was sober, he might have just left the apartment. But he didn't. And the whole blackout theory has now flown out the window due to his admissions. The detectives ask Fidel why he lied at the start of the interview. He says because he was scared. They've also asked him several cognitive questions like what he was wearing throughout the interrogation. I would imagine this is for the purpose of countering his remember answers later on during his trial. For the record, he seems to answer these questions correctly with no problem. It's only questions of any wrongdoing where he forgets. As you'll see in the next clip, Fidel Lopez is only concerned with himself. If you'd like to watch the full unedited version of Fidel's released interrogation video, I'll upload the full thing to the channel later. Feel free to watch it yourself.
Text me, call him, I'm gonna get pissed off. Okay? It's human nature, dude. Don't.
This is not human, man. I just took her life. I don't mean to, but I did it.
Because you got enraged.
No, because I was wrong. If I was sober, maybe I understand. Maybe I just left the apartment, but I was wrong. I guess I'm going to jail right now.
Are you sorry for what you did?
Huh?
Are you sorry for what you did?
I'm sorry? Yeah. Of course, man. What do you think?
Why were you not telling us the truth at the beginning?
I was scared, man. I'm not gonna see her again. I'm not gonna see my kids. And it's something that bothers me right now, man. I really want to ask you because I know I'm going to jail, but like, how many times do you think it's gonna be this?
What do you want to ask her?
No, to who?
What did you say? You want to ask her something?
No, to you.
Oh.
Like, I know I'm going to jail. I have 2 kids and, and everything. How many years do you think this is gonna cost me?
I don't know. I can't tell you that. I have no idea.
Fidel admitted to becoming a monster when Maria Nemeth called out her ex-husband's name during intercourse. According to Fidel's arrest affidavit, he became enraged when Maria called out her ex's name during sex in the closet. It was at this time he left the closet and began to destroy the apartment. When he returned to the closet, Maria was so drunk that she was unable to resist Fidel, and that's when he began to insert things inside her, including the beer bottle, both his fists, and yes, the hair straighteners. He also put some of these things in her cavity as well. The also states that Fidel admitted to pulling and ripping bloody tissue out of Maria through both of the aforementioned places he'd previously been inserting foreign objects into. He said Maria never regained consciousness the whole time. It was then that he washed his hands and went outside to smoke a cigarette. Upon returning inside, Fidel went to the closet and tried to curl before back to the bath to find that Maria was no longer breathing. That's when he called 911. Some of the reports I've read state that the hair straighteners were actually on at the time of insertion, but I haven't been able to find a medical examiner's report to validate this claim. I have applied for it, and everything else publicly available on this case. So at some point I do plan to make an update, but for now, that's pretty much all the details available, and they are absolutely depressing. In 2017, Fidel Lopez was convicted of the murder of 31-year-old Maria Nemeth. He was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. He accepted a plea deal to avoid the death penalty. Before he was sentenced, Lopez stated via a translator that he was happy to fulfill agrees that what he did must be paid to ask Maria's family for forgiveness. I didn't see any tears or emotions in the face of this monster. Not even during the clips I could find on his trial. Fidel Lopez didn't even seem embarrassed.
He is a goddamn monster. Does he have a solicitor with him? I'm not sure. He's worse than a monster. I don't know the name. Yeah, I mean, I did not realize that there was other things that he inserted in the other hole. Like, are you kidding me? Oh, can somebody grab that fucking bot? And see, I mentioned her name, KJ, earlier. Wow. Only when I mentioned her.
His father stated, "If I had to summarize the life of Maria, it would be very difficult to express it in a few lines. I just want to tell you all that she was and will continue to be a model of affection, effort, perseverance, and love of humanity. What a mortifying story. It has been hard to describe this case in words. Even now, my thoughts evade me, and even though I've done so much research on this case, I still don't feel desensitized to the details. I just can't imagine what poor Maria Nemeth must have gone through. And I'm sure Fidel Lopez isn't telling us everything. I'm positive of that. I did reach out to him for a statement, but I haven't heard anything back. In my research, I did manage to find that in and around 2014, he was arrested for drunken disorderly conduct. I'd be very interested to find out the details of that, but I hit nothing but dead ends in every direction. I found other reports online about Fidel being a bit of a nuisance in terms of playing loud music a lot and parking wherever he wanted, but ultimately, there's very little information publicly available on him. Until I get the requested case files, I'm stuck at a red light. This is such a sad and horrific case that I don't really know what to say here. A woman lost her life of a month and tortured her to death 1 week after they moved in together. Fidel's mom states that he was a sweet boy, but I don't know. I'd love to know what his ex-girlfriends have to say about him. I sense the evil and sadistic temper of a psychopath without remorse. In my opinion, Fidel Lopez is a small individual with fragile feelings, and I wish he was burning in hell right now. I know a few of you don't like it when I take verbal swings at these real-life villains. You want me to show maturity, compassion, understanding, but there's no way in hell I'll concede that honor to people like Fidel.
I'm with this guy. Yep. I can imagine being related to that monster. I would have a family therapy session to be sure that there isn't another beast in the family. Yeah, exactly. Just disgusting. He is, wow. This case was pretty bad. Probably one of the nastiest cases I've ever heard of in my life. To do that to a human being. I mean, so because he pled guilty, he escaped the death penalty. He should have got it after what he did to that girl. Do you guys want to watch something quickly funny so we can kind of get in a better mood? Yeah, it's unfathomable. So I can see if I can find something funny real quick. He should be on, yeah, he should be on death row. Because normally after stuff like this, I have to watch something funny. I'm just trying to think of something really quick. Hopefully, Brenda, hopefully. Yeah, exactly. All right, let's look for something funny. Here, I'll see if I can find a small clip from Mrs. Brown's voice. She's funny. I love this show. Yeah, I will too. Cooking with Kay's good too. Yeah, actually, I like her. She's she's really funny.
It's Mick me ass. Now that's Mick, the latest new boyfriend. I'm not even allowed to answer my own phone now. I go to answer my phone, I get a fucking rugby tackle. I don't get a rugby tackle when I'm on my way down to pay freaking bill. Oh, is this here? He must be ugly.
Grow up, for God's sake.
Who is it, Cathy?
It's a heavy breather. I'm hanging up.
No, don't. It might be your Uncle Terry. His asthma's very bad.
Hello? You dirty bastard.
What do you say?
If you can guess what I have in my hand, you can have it.
Give me the phone. Hello? If it fits in one hand, you can fucking keep it. Hello?
If it fits in one hand, you can fucking keep it. Cats versus Christmas trees. Oh my god. Okay, yeah, let's watch that. I love Mrs. Brown's voice. It's so funny. I actually don't listen to any podcasts at all. I'm just always researching on Google and YouTube and whatnot. All right, we'll do that one. Let's see here. Oh my god. Yeah, because it's Christmas time. Let's do that. And plus, cats are amazing. Aww. Cats. Oh my god! I remember I sent this one to my sister. I was like, look at there's my cat Claire. She goes. She thought it was real because that's what my cat was like. Holy shit! Oh my god. Okay, let's do this one. I just gotta mute myself, or you guys will just hear me laughing the whole time. Hey, angels! Have I seen Uncle Roger reviewing cake cooking? No, I haven't. I know, right? If it's in one hand, you can't fucking keep it. Oh my gosh. Dang it. Shut it off.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I did it. Oh my god.
God.
Oh my god. You've been dealing with a cat in the Christmas tree since it went up? Oh, wow. Yeah, they are the best, Benita. I think I'll watch that tonight. We had one Christmas gathering today at lunch. It was fun, exhausting, and my house was messed up. Did you? No, I didn't even notice that the tree was decorated. These are so funny. That one cat right there, the little black one, that reminds me of my cat, Ash. So oh my God, he's so used to laying in the tree every year that there's an actual imprint from where his body is. So there's a great big indent, and I can't hang anything there because all the branches are stuck down. That's his new laying place. And then I got Dilly, that idiot. Oh my God, she's knocked almost every single thing off of my tree. I mean, it's funny, but it's not.
Oh my God! Little stinker. What are you doing in the tree?
Oh, the whole entire tree. Hold on, wait, back away, Hope.
That cat right there, there's Ash. That is my freaking cat, Ash. He likes to climb to the top. Your cat is not interested in your treat. You're lucky. I've got 3. My one cat doesn't really care. The one that's laying with me right now, Claire, she's 13. She doesn't care about the tree. Sometimes she'll sit under it and think she's a present, but the other 2 are just idiots.
Oh, yeah. Let me put it on, Desmond. Desmond. Let me get it on there. Oh, Sonny! Sonny's in the tree! Get out of there!
Climbing the tree.
Oh my God, have you guys ever seen South Park? I used to watch it when I was younger. That right there, that's Mr. Hanky the Christmas Boo. That stupid thing is literally a piece of shit. And every time it would kiss one of the characters, it would leave shit marks all over their face. Oh my God.
Siri. Oh God.
those those two cats just don't give a shit. Hey, Earthling. I have a small glitter tree on the end table. Every time someone walked by it, they knocked it off. I would sit it back up so the next one would accidentally knock it off. They couldn't understand why glitter was on their clothes. Oh my god. You see, you remember, right, Earthling? That's why I was laughing, Mr. Hanky, the Christmas poo. If you really want to confuse a cat, an empty glass near the edge of a table plus music. Oh my god.
What I find now, the bigger cat is under the tree, but look at the tree itself.
Well, there you go. That's what we need for cats to stay the hell away from our tree. Is get that Christmas tree that laughs and talks or sings or whatever, and then get that zombie thing right there and put it under. How could you ever get mad at that little face? Holy shit, I think that Origin White Cat was on some extra strong nip. Oh my god.
Want to get out of there? Hey, don't eat the tree, you little. Here you go. Get out.
Oh, she's gonna. Ah! Oh my god.
Big crash in the lounge. And look what I found! Hey Neo, what are you doing? Did you knock the Christmas tree down so you could chew it properly?
Having a fake tree is one thing. There's no way in hell I would get a real tree because cats are assholes. Yeah, let's play Mr. Hanky clip. I like how trigger warning is. Oh shit. Whoops. My daughter and son-in-law bought a purebred puppy. He knocked a glass ornament off the tree, put a piece of the broken glass in his mouth. Oh, honey, that poor baby. Brian has to do his job for now. All right, let's watch Mr. Hanky, the Christmas poo. He's such an idiot, but it's hilarious. Oh, yeah, there's a song, right? I haven't watched this in years. Oh, my God.
Who'd you piss off?
I'm just gonna have to mute myself, but here is the damn song. Howdy ho!
We've all heard of.
Okay, not that one. I want to see the one where he's moving and he freaking kisses you and leaves shit marks. Oh my God. All right, so not that one. There, this one looks better.
His shiny nose.
Stop! I gotta mute myself. Okay, this one's good. Howdy ho! Hey, Benita. Yeah, so some of you know this, right? Oh my God, I kept trying to tell my son, you need to watch this. You need to watch this. He's like, what? He goes, what the hell is a Mr. Hanky? I'm like, he's a Christmas poo, and he comes from you. I'm fucking dying. He shits it out. It's like, I can't breathe.
I love you. Let's shake hands before I melt away. Here's a game I like to play.
Look at, he left a Christmas shit on his face. Oh my God. I forgot about him. Oh, love Mr. Hanky. It was hilarious, especially like the best part was when he kisses everybody and leaves shit skids all over their face. There, now I feel better. Considering what we were watching before, I feel so much better. No, thank you for reminding me, Earthling. I forgot about that. That is the best one. I haven't watched South Park in years, but I used to when I was younger. And yeah, that was my favorite episode was Mr. Hanky. Whew. Thank you everyone for joining me. I'm going to go. I'm going to get my son and make him watch that with me. Not only that, I think I feel like making gingerbread cookies. So I'm going to see if he wants to help me. He'll say yes, probably make 2 stirs with the stuff in the bowl and then piss off on me, but whatever. You guys have a great night, and thank you so much for joining me. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I want to do this every time, Patty, is every time we do something really harsh like this, we should watch something funny after. That way we all leave in a good mood. Because nobody wants, a lot of this needs to be shown and needs to be said, you know what I'm saying? But doesn't mean we can't end off on a good note. And I'd like to do that from now on. Yeah, that's I know, and I forgot about the stupid song, but I was like, oh yeah, Mr. Hanky, the Christmas poo. Oh my god! All right, you guys have a great night. I'll be back tomorrow actually at 7 p.m. Bye.